When I was in the 3rd grade, my teacher was not the best and singled me out in the classroom, sometimes by posting the test scores for the whole class to see. My test grades were always the lowest out of everyone. The teacher made fun of me for not being able to read. She thought that since I was in the 3rd grade, I should be able to read like the rest of the class. Because of this teacher, halfway through 3rd grade, I moved schools. When I moved, I went to the Child Diagnostic Clinic at Carl and was diagnosed with sensory processing disorder, subclinical autistic traits, fine motor delay, anxiety, ADHD, and dyslexia. At my new school, I had gotten the help I needed with my dyslexia by having a tutor to help me with my reading and writing skills. While I was at that school, I was getting bullied for being different and slower at reading and writing. Everyone else in my class were fast readers and writers, while I was not. I had no friends. People thought that I was weird and that they would make fun of me for not being like the rest of them. Before we moved, a girl at my old school said to me, things were better before we moved here, and after that, I just wanted to get out of there. In the start of my 5th grade year, I moved schools and towns. At my new school, things started to get a little better. I was getting better help for homework and lessons. I got a 504 plan that helps make school and homework easier. I joined band and met some of my best friends and started to actually do well at school. I was paying attention, not getting in trouble. If I needed a break, I could go to the sensory room that the school had to calm down. Because I was still new, I got a little bullied, but it wasn't as bad as it was at my old school. In my 6th grade year, I was still in band and met my best friend who made me feel better. At school and at home, we help each other through stuff, not judging, just being there for each other, and I'm grateful for her. Also in my 6th grade year is when COVID happened and my life got hard again. I was having trouble at school because I do better at in-person stuff than online stuff. In my 7th grade year, COVID was still happening, so at my school, we had a schedule where half the people went to school one day, and then the other half went to school the other day, and that was stressful. In my 8th grade year, COVID started to die down. I was doing even better at school. I joined a hockey team in Indiana and drove 2 hours to practice twice a week, all while also doing my schoolwork and having fun with my friends. I met more of my best friends and was overall just having a great time. In my freshman year, things got a whole lot better. I was doing marching band and hockey, doing well at school and hanging out with my friends. I did have one teacher who didn't like me and kept criticizing my work, so while I was doing well in all my other classes, I was doing really bad at English. During this year, I also felt like all eyes were on me as I went to Mr. Murphy, who people go to when they take tests or quizzes in a separate room. By the end of the year, I felt better about leaving the classroom. I was having fun with my friends, laughing with them when they were being stupid, and laughing with them at the lunch table. During my sophomore year, I became more confident in English because my teacher, Ms. Grime, really helped me by cutting down work for me when things were getting overwhelming. She explained things in a way that made it easier for me to understand. She said that I was one of her favorite students in an email to my mom. Because of her, I started to love reading. It was like everything else in the world would fall away and I could be in my own little world, where nothing could bother me. Also in my English class, I had all my best friends. Funny story, this one time we were reading The Tempest in class, and we were reading it out loud, and my friends loved doing voice impressions, so one of my friends did it in a list, and none of us could keep a straight face the second he started laughing. He would say something, and we kept laughing, and then our teacher finally got fed up, and she was like, if you guys can't keep a straight face, you can't do it. So we started talking normally, but we kept laughing because we just could not keep a straight face. Anyways, I was overall having a great time. Now I'm in my junior year, and I'm doing a lot better in school. I have an A in English. I've been reading a lot more books, and I mean a lot more. This year alone, I read 14 and a half books. I also have an awesome girlfriend who's actually here today, an adorable little sister, and 2 amazing older sisters. I'm doing better overall. I moved to the hockey team that is in Bloomington, Illinois, and I'm having the best time of my life. People might think, oh, because you have disorders, you can't do things. I'm proof that you can. Even with all the challenges I have, I'm still living my best life. After I graduate from high school, I'm going to be a paramedic so I can help people when they need it. If you're confused on what I'm saying is that even if you are different, you can still live your life and be proud of who you are. I know I am.